Are you ready for the hardest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout. Sundays on the ZNet Television Network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
That concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
And I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks so much for watching. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight, coming your way next.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
First at 11. Better collaboration between the executive and the judiciary on the issue of bail and sentencing. This from CARACOM's heads of government meeting in Jamaica. The Prime Minister provides insight on some of the targeted solutions from those discussions. Also, a group of climate activists are on a mission to source funding to better help anti-climate change efforts here in the Bahamas. We have that story. And we take a closer look at an iconic Bahamian dish, conch salad. Arguably the Bahamas' national dish, and those who prepare it. The Bahamas Tonight at 11 starts now. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. Solutions to a myriad of issues impacting the region settled by CARACOM heads of government over the past 2 days as the annual regional leaders meeting wrapped up in Montego Bay, Jamaica today. Looming large in CARACOM discussions is the growing disquiet among the electorate surrounding bail and sentencing, which points the finger at the judiciary. The Prime Minister telling ZNS News that the consensus is that while the judiciary, like the executive, is an independent body, there must be collaboration.
We could be insulated but not isolated. And we had a very comprehensive conversation on that with adoptions of certain initiatives that we should put in place to ensure that there's a coordinated effort and the executives in the charge of their function of making laws and providing resources to ensure that the judiciary could function appropriately.
There was also an agreement to invest more in agriculture in a bid to reduce imports by 25%.
All the countries have made significant inroads in that regard. We're going to continue to invest, and this agri-security initiative is being led by Guyana, who's now been deemed to be one of the few countries in the world that is self-sufficient.
Then there is the lingering challenges of energy, inflation, and Haiti, where it has been agreed that while there have been incremental changes, things have not significantly improved in that troubled Caribbean nation. And this against the harsh reality that the multinational security support mission ends in September. According to the Prime Minister, there were also several resolutions on how best to address the climate crisis, an issue that will be further addressed during COP30 in Brazil this November. On Paradise Island successfully prevented an alleged suicide attempt by a woman attempting to jump off the Sir Sidney Poitier Bridge earlier this afternoon. During that encounter around 2 p.m., a toddler was observed in a nearby stroller. The woman and the child were subsequently transported to the hospital for evaluation. An investigation into this matter is underway. 2 men are dead and a woman and a young girl are nursing injuries in hospital following an incident at a home in Montel Heights overnight. Police report that a 58-year-old man armed with a gun and a cutlass entered a home on Mantall Street where he confronted and attacked a woman who lived at the home with the cutlass. During the altercation, the suspect also fired shots in the direction of a man who was inside the home, killing him. A young girl at the scene also sustained a gunshot injury. When police arrived on the scene, the suspect was found near the home with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. A firearm was also recovered. After examining the individuals, EMS personnel determined that the man in the home and the shooter died at the scene. The condition of the injured woman and the girl were unknown up to press time. Police also probing a shooting outside a home in Mason's Addition around 9 o'clock last night that has left 4 men hospitalized. What we know is that the occupants of a white and gray colored Kia Jeep pulled up at a home on Whitfield Road, rolled down the window and fired multiple gunshots at a group of individuals who were on the outside. 3 of the 4 men are in stable condition, while the 4th victim's condition is listed as serious. Investigations continue. Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, championing agricultural innovation, blue transformation, and youth and women empowerment at the 44th United Nations Food and Agriculture Conference in Rome, Italy. Minister Glover-Roll, who attended on behalf of the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, participated as a ministerial panelist in the opening day session of the 4 Betters Roundtable. She highlighted the Bahamas' approach to achieve better food production, better nutrition, a better environment, and better life for all citizens.
Colleagues, to truly realize the 4 Betters, we believe that the critical components include 1, a simplified and accessible climate-resilient financing model that's tailored for SIDS. 2, our technical support to scale school nutrition and youth training programs such as the National School Breakfast and Apprenticeship Initiatives. Thirdly, greater digital integration in food systems from traceability to marketing platforms. And fourthly, strengthen South-South and regional cooperation, particularly through CARACOM.
Still to come, final preparations underway for next week's Kanto 2025 conference. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in just a moment.
Bahamas has been a nation marching for progress. We are more than sunny skies and blue seas. We are a nation filled with purpose, opportunity, and innovation. With each generation, our spirit grows stronger, our dreams brighter, with our banners waving high. Join us as we continue to pass the torch, fostering freedom, progress, opportunity, and innovation for years to come. Happy Independence, Bahamas, from Commonwealth Bank.
This July 9th, the heart of our nation beats at Clifford Park as we come together to celebrate 52 years of independence. Join us for a night of culture, music, and national pride. Live from Clifford Park on television and radio with the ZNS Network. The only station bringing you live coverage from Bimini in the north to Turks and Caicos in the south. It's a celebration you won't want to miss. So tune in on July 9th at 7:30 p.m. and experience independence the Bahamian way. This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
What happens in and to our environment should be a primary concern to all Bahamians, certainly to this group of climate activists who are on a mission to source the necessary tools, including funding, to better help anti-climate change efforts here in our nation. Daniel Dean has more.
Protecting the Bahamas from climate change is no cheap endeavor. And this is exactly why stakeholders, the Office of the Prime Minister, the Ministry of Tourism, the University of the Bahamas, the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce, and other non-governmental organizations have teamed up to strategize ways to secure climate funding. OPM's climate change advisor, Charles Hamilton.
We know that we need to do some work in country to make decision making and to be able to package products in a way that you can fund easily.
These organizations then participated in a 2-day climate funding workshop facilitated by the largest global fund to help fight climate change, the Green Climate Fund. Hamilton and colleagues anticipate the day where there will be hundreds of millions in funding from organizations like GCF and the Adaptation Fund toward these issues.
We need to be able to address water security across our family of islands. We know that being able to generate electricity at a rate that's affordable for people is important. And so, if we want to be able to resolve these particular matters, we need to be able to package these challenges into opportunities.
Just a few years ago, the conversation on climate change was still fresh. But Hamilton says, according to recent reports, the Bahamas, when compared to other countries in the region, is on top of its game when taking action against climate change.
Our people, we're resilient, we're resourceful, we have a lot of ideas, and I feel very hopeful that we will be able to bridge that gap and help to support the Bahamian people.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Broadband connectivity, artificial intelligence, and digital network expansion are some of the issues regional telecommunications stakeholders will discuss at next week's Kanto 2025 conference at the Bahamas Resort. It's the 8th time the Bahamas is hosting this regional event. As a founding Kanto member, the Bahamas has a leading role in the region's digital transformation. The Bahamas Telecommunications Company, through its parent company, Liberty Caribbean, and Alive, are leading conference sponsors. BTC CEO Samir Bhatti identified one of the region's telecommunications challenges that will be addressed.
Every 10 points in broadband penetration in this region will drive 2 to 3% GDP for that nation. That's digital equity. And I think driving broadband continues to be the drumbeat. I think the future of mobile, we should think about that collectively. We have 5G in parts of the Caribbean, and we'll talk about that. We'll be very open. I think there's also, from a regulatory standpoint, it's all about how can we work with and through our regulators to get to a more fair playing field for all of us. We're in a competitive environment, but at the same time, we can work with our regulators to create a fair playing field. And I think that's going to be a topic of interest.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis and Prime Minister of Grenada, the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, are headlining Kanto's 40th annual conference under the theme Towards a Unified and Sustainable Gigabit Society. The region's youth is paramount to Kanto's development, and Secretary General Teresa Wonkin extended this conference invitation to local schools.
Tertiary schools in Bahamas can send 10 students to the conference. They get to touch and feel the technology, to mingle with the industry leaders, and to just be there throughout the course of it. And I hope the schools take up that offer, because it's really a good place to come for, especially an ICT student, to come and see the technology that they're learning about in the universities.
A new national youth initiative aiming to unify and uplift young Bahamians under one powerful umbrella, the Urban Renewal Youth Achievers Club, launched today with a clear focus on leadership, opportunity, and transformation. Lal Maycock has that story.
With the vision to unify and empower the nation's youth, the government officially launched the Urban Renewal Youth Achievers Club, a bold initiative designed to equip young Bahamians with the tools, exposure, and support to lead in every area of society. And according to the Minister of Housing and Urban Renewal, the Honorable Keith Bell, the initiative is all about unity and impact, starting with the programs already in motion.
The significance of this is bringing cohesiveness to all of the existing programs. So as you would appreciate, Urban Renewal already has its summer youth program. A number of places and churches and private and civic organizations have these youth programs. What we're seeking to do now is to bring them all together, and so that there is cohesion, there is uniformity of efforts, there is the sharing of resources among all of the centers. The benefit of it obviously is to ensure that at the end of the day, no one is left behind, that we're able to reach all of our children throughout these communities, not just in the inner city, but also on the outskirts as well.
The initiative has programs spanning from arts to music and sports to Christian development. The URAC integrates all of Urban Renewal's youth efforts into a single year-round structure. Co-chair of the Urban Renewal Authority, Algernon Allen, says the URAC builds on decades of legacy work, bringing hope directly into neighborhoods.
It's going to reach into the homes, into the neighborhoods.
Both officials emphasize the program's commitment to second chances, access to leadership, and the development of well-rounded citizens.
We believe that if we're able to bring them with those children who are doing well, the youths who are doing well, they're able to gain from them, they're able to glean from them, they're able to learn from them, and we have a very, very good working relationship with all of them. We believe that that is the benefit for all of them.
And so we are going to train or elicit the support of the professional youth developer, those persons who can bring to the table all the positive 21st century aspects of youth development.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lyle Maker.
Lyle. Now to all things Bahamian, and think Bahamian delicacies. What usually comes to mind? Tasty conch salad, maybe? An iconic and desired treat for residents and visitors alike. Here again is Daniel Dean with this Independence feature on what could arguably be the Bahamas' national dish.
It's only fitting that as Independence Day creeps closer, we make the dish that holds a special place in the heart of many Bahamians, conch salad. We rode down to what owner Valdino Higgs dubbed home of the tropical conch salad, Dano's Gourmet Conch Stand on West Bay Street. So we discussed the making of 3 salads today. Can you just tell everyone what those 3 salads are?
So we're going to be making a scotch conch, a regular conch salad, but we're going to put an avocado 3/4 twist on it. There's an argument about that. And we're going to make a tropical conch salad as well.
Okay, first of all, before we start, talk about this avocado 3/4 twist. What is it exactly?
Well, people add mayo in the conch salad.
And that's the only difference?
Yeah, pretty much.
We quickly got to chopping, mixing, squeezing, then plating, and finally, my favorite part, eating. Even with reservations, for the first time I tried conch salad the Abaconian Grand Bahamian way with mayo. Though it wasn't as bad as I thought, it still ranked number 3, with scorched conch also a first-time try coming in at number 2, and tropical conch salad holding its own at number 1. At the end of the day, conch salad in all its different forms represents our various islands and is an authentic Bahamian dish we can be proud of and enjoy. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Danielle Dean.
It looks great, Danielle. The only thing I don't see is any conch salad in the newsroom for me. Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports tonight. Amajal?
And coming up in sports, the Bahamas set to host the Caribbean Volleyball Championships. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exoma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Well, yesterday was recognized as World Volleyball Day. And what better way to commemorate it than the announcement of the region's biggest volleyball tournament set to hit our shores later this summer? Our Charles Fisher gives us more.
August 13th to the 23rd are the dates featuring 9 men and 7 ladies, top-level teams from throughout the Caribbean, playing at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. All the movers and shakers assembling at the Andrew Rogers Baseball Stadium foyer for the launch. And it was good to see 2 former national team legends in Leslie Russia Cartwright and Margaret Muggy Albury there. BVF President Kirkwood Green.
We are excited. We are ready. and we are committed to putting on an unforgettable tournament. We have, as indicated, Aruba, Barbados, Bahamas, Curacao, Guadeloupe, Jamaica, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Now, while the coaches have been named, Ronaldo Knowles for the ladies and Glenn Roll for the men, Team Bahamas expected to be officially named by the end of the week. Two of them on hand, Chandra Maki and Shanari Hepburn.
To put on a show for us, we are working hard to be able to represent you, our families, and our country, and make you all proud.
Going to tournaments and just seeing how host countries, fans, and will just come out and support, especially when they win. I want that to be us. I've already made a proclamation for those of y'all over there, and I told the president of Kosovo, well, I asked him what would happen when we win. Remember that? I asked him what would we get when we win, which tournaments would we qualify for. He called me a bit optimistic. I feel like it's not optimism. There's nobody in the country that could beat us. I mean, sorry, from any country that could beat us.
This year's competition is going to be at home. So it's a personal thing to me because I played in 06 when we was here. And we didn't have such a good tournament. So for me, I hold it near and dear to me that we're going to come out successful in this one.
The championships also will serve as a qualifier for the Nausicaa Continental Championships in 2026. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
From the volleyball court to the hardwood, the Danico Bulls Elite Skills Basketball Camp is back, offering high-level training structure and real opportunities through the game. Today, Bahamians from ages 5 to post-grad taking to the court at the Kendall G. Lazick Gymnasium. Our Lyle Maycock was there with them as the action unfolded.
On the court, it looks like a typical summer camp, but behind every drill and jump shot is a deeper purpose, shaping young Bahamian student athletes into strong, disciplined, community-minded leaders. Director of the Elite Skills Basketball Camp, Danico Bowles, says it's all part of the vision.
The main inspiration of this camp was just to be able to provide continuous exposure and development throughout the sport of basketball. You know, it's been a dream of mine to always have a magnet, as you would say, of this caliber. And so we've been able to do a tremendous job to this point. 12 years in now, and we've seen the numbers grow each and every year. Just being able to give kids an outlet, you know, positively, holistic development, you know, someplace safe for the kids, and definitely something productive for them to be able to do during the course of the summer months.
The camp offers intense skills training with coaches pushing players to unlock their full potential. Director of the Go Hard Institute and visiting coach Stefan McQueen says the mental game is just as strong as the physical.
Well, mentally, what we're trying to teach is a culture of, like, just be toughness, just using your mind like chess, not checkers. You know, not just going out and playing the game, but also thinking the game.
And for many, that passion is already paying off with scholarships, school opportunities, and a strong sense of self.
That, you know, although basketball is good, they can use it as a tool, to further education. You know, it's been good to myself, it's been good to our coaching staff.
But I have seen a lot of kids that have come from the elementary level, and now they have graduated onto the college level from this program.
Reporting from the Danico Bulls Elite Skills Basketball Camp, where young Bahamians are being prepared and trained to the next level, both on and off the courts. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Lyle Maycock.
And that's all the time we have for you for sports on this Tuesday. Until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
Bahamas. Come celebrate our 52nd independence at the Family Funday, July 10th at Clifford Park. It's a great afternoon of food, fun, culture, entertainment, national pride. Gates open at 4 p.m., concert time 6 p.m. 52nd Independence Family Funday at Clifford Park. Bring the whole family. Admissions free. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
See, I'm proud to be a Bahamian. I'm proud to be a Bahamian.
It's time now for a weather check with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Royston. We'll get you started with temperatures around the Family Islands. Marshall, Abaco at 86 degrees, 88 in Green Turkey, that's in Abaco. Freeport, Grand Bahama, 82 degrees as well. The Berry Islands, 83. Allenstown, Bimini, 86 degrees, 82 in Harbor Island. Rock, Sunny, Lutra, 83. Otterstown, Cat Island at 85. In Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, Orlando's, they're reporting 84 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Orlando's at 82 degrees. 85s in San Salvador and Rum Key. Georgetown, Exuma, 2 degrees up at 87 degrees, 85s in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megawana, 88, 82 in Acklands. Matthew Tiny Nagua, this is a warm spot tonight. They have 91 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 86 degrees. And your satellite pictures showing that tropical wave moving through the 700 islands, and that will continue to fire up pockets of showers and thunderstorms tonight right through tomorrow, and they will be off and on our nature. And forecast for tonight is looking like this: a thunderstorm in parts of the area this evening, otherwise rather cloudy conditions for the balance of the night with a low temperature of 79 degrees. And tomorrow, heavy showers in the morning, turning cloudy thereafter with the high temperature climbing up to 85 degrees, and your extended weather forecast looking like this. A bit wet tomorrow with some rains hanging around on Independence Day, particularly in the morning hours. Of the afternoon, things should clear up a little better. And as we head into Friday, beautiful weather, lots of sunshine return, but that will be short-lived, as by Saturday, you'll start to get those morning thunderstorms back in the forecast area. The sun comes back out on Sunday, and then Monday, once again, we have cloudy conditions with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperature-wise, though, we're going to keep you pretty much okay. Seasonal temperatures right into Sunday, and then we start to pop those 90s as we head into the early part of next week. Royston.
Sounds good to me. Thank you, Basil. Well, that's going to do it for the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching, and good night.
At Tonic Williams Darden Highway, I'm Tajaro Hudson. This is ZNS.
Caribbean, I am Florian Mendonca from French Guyana.
And I am Jeremy Elso from Guadeloupe. Welcome to the Caribbean Passport TV.
French Guyana is located on the northern coast of South America, and it is the largest overseas region of France. Half of the population live in the capital, Cayenne, which dates back to the 17th century. Most of my country is covered by lush rainforest, and the Guyana Amazonian Park is the largest national park in the European Union. French Guyana is also home to the Guyana Space Center, the main launch site of the European Space Agency.
Okay, Florian. Guadeloupe is also an overseas region of France, and it is located in the Leeward Islands. Pointe-à-Pitre, Bastille, and Les Abymes are our main cities. Both French and Creole are spoken here, and our culture is dominated by African and European elements, with its lush forest, scenic white sand beaches, and coral reefs. Guadeloupe is the perfect vacation destination.
Now it's time to get ready for more great destinations, events, and activities around this region, from crop over to emancipation fashion and more.
And the action starts right now. Wow, the Barbados Crop Over Festival is one of the Caribbean top summer events.
The parties have begun with a whole lot more excitement on the way leading up to the grand Kadooment.